Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today we are going to continue working on what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. We're going to put it all together today. We are going to solve word problems, but we are going to be looking for the missing add-in, minuend, or subtrahend. Okay, so I'm going to work through a couple of problems for you before you're going to try some on your own. Let's say that Miss Peace's class, let's say that they have 21 pumpkins. So I'm going to show that here. And then let's say that our class has pumpkins, but we don't know how many pumpkins they have. Okay, so we're not sure how many pumpkins we have. But we know that there's a total of 56 pumpkins. So I know a total, I'm going to put that out here because that's how many in all we have. Now, if we're looking for a total, think about those key words that we've used and think about what you would do when you're looking for a total. Would you add or subtract? If you were thinking that you would add, you are exactly right. So I'm going to put that plus sign here. So we had 21 in Miss Peace's class, plus we don't know how many in our class, but we know the total is equal to 56. So let's think about how we're going to find this, how we're going to find this missing add-in, okay? Guys. We are going to find that missing add-in by using fact families. We know if we're looking for this number here, okay, that we are going to have to subtract to find that missing add-in here. We know when we're adding, our biggest number is last, so we have to put two small numbers together to make that big number. So if we want to find the missing add-in, we're going to subtract. So I'm going to come underneath. When we subtract, our biggest number is on top. So I'm going to have 56, and we're going to subtract how many Miss Peace's class has. So she has 21, and I'm going to draw a vertical line to keep those numbers lined up. So we always start in the ones place. So 6 minus 1 is 5. And 5 minus 2 is 3. So 35 is our missing add-in. So boys and girls, if you were to be looking for the answer here, we know that our answer is 35 because that's the number that we were looking for. So our class would have 35 pumpkins. Okay? Now, let's go to the next slide, and if we look in the next slide, sometimes we have to do word problems that we have to work out more than one step. The last problem we did here is just a one-step problem, but we are going to work through a problem now that we have to solve this in 2 steps. So let's say that we have 78 pieces of Halloween candy to begin with. And let's say that we eat 54 pieces of candy. Okay, now if we eat those candies, would that be a some more or some went away? You got it, some went away. So if we had 78 here, then we are going to eat or take away 54 pieces of candy. I'm going to draw a vertical line to show that. 8 minus 4 is 4, you got it. And then 10's place, 7 minus 5 is 2, good job. Now, we're not finished because right now we have 24 pieces of candy. We had 78 to begin with. We ate 54 of them, and now we have 24 here. But let's say that Miss Keller Halls goes out and she buys us 12 more pieces of candy. If we had 24 here after we ate those pieces, and Miss Keller Halls buys 12 more, how many pieces would we have now? How would we find that? Would we add or subtract? You got it, we would add. So we're going to put a plus sign here to show our work. And we know we start in the ones place. So 4 plus 2 is 6. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So now we have 36 pieces of candy. Okay? Now, boys and girls, I want you to go to my front chair. Okay? And in that front chair, you are going to go get this paper here, okay? and you are going to get this paper from the front chair. Now, guys, when you get this paper from the front chair, I want you to work through it. Notice at the top it says 1 and 2 step word problems. So some of these word problems you are going to work through and you're going to say, oh, I can work this in 1 step. Others of them, it's going to take 2 steps. You're going to have to do 1 step, get an answer before moving on to the next step. Now, is this brain work or show your work? It is. Every single one of these, all 10 of these are show your work problem. So you need to get a piece of paper. It could be notebook paper or it can be plain white paper. And I want you to show your work on all of these, okay? Number your paper so that I can help you if you are stuck or if you miss one so that I can help you and I know which problem you're on. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to raise your hand. Don't come find me. I will find you. So if you raise your hand, work through these 10, and boys and girls, you know that you have mastered this if you get 8 out of 10 right. Okay? So if you have any questions, raise your hand, let me know, and I will be happy to help you. And I know you're going to do amazing. Good job.